Hi everyone, this is Phyllis, Silver Cats Crafts, and I was asked to show these do-it-yourself bracelet holders that are made out of either a paper towel roll with a CD and some duct tape, or if you want to make a shorter one, which is similar to these crafts I made a long time ago, almost 2 years ago. This is a little short toilet paper roll and a CD that I actually made to be like a holder for duct tape flowers, or I put my RainbowLoom hooks in this one right here to show. But you can also make, using these, a short version of an actual bracelet holder by covering a short roll. I just started this one and attaching it. You're going to need a CD, a blank one or a used one. And then what you want to do is, of course, cover the top part of the CD first with your duct tape. Or even if you decided you didn't have duct tape and you wanted to maybe use some paper, some decorative paper, scrapbook paper. You'll have to glue it down, of course, but you could trim it and then glue it down on top of here as your base. And then you'll want to, for the toilet paper roll, you want to cover the top with your tape to give it a nice clean top here. I take and cut out a piece of cardboard and glue it on the bottom to give it a sturdy base for when you get ready to hot glue it down. If you just try to hot glue it with only the edge, it tends to pull up and not hold. So if you put the cardboard on the bottom and seal the bottom up, and then put the glue all over the bottom here, when we get ready to attach it, it will stay attached and it won't come loose. And so basically, you'll need 3 strips of duct tape if you're using duct tape to cover the bottom of the CD. And then, of course, you're going to need approximately 3 strips of duct tape to cover the roll, about 5 inches long. And I'm going to go ahead and do that. So I usually just take it, and I want to try to have a straight edge at the top, and I'm going to line it up with the edge here, just like so. Keep it nice and straight at the top, and then just kind of smooth it out towards the bottom. And then with this little bit of overhang here, in order for it to lay down smooth, I usually take my scissors, or you can use your X-Acto knife if you have an X-Acto knife. And I'll cut little strips, 3 or 4, whatever you prefer. And then I can take and fold these over, pull them tight on the bottom to give a nice smooth edge. And you can pull it over whichever way you want. I usually pull the ends over first, and then I take and pull these other ends in. Pull them nice and tight so it's a nice little rounded edge. And then let's take another piece of duct tape, and we'll go ahead and put another piece on. Oops. And of course, while you're doing this, you should have your hot glue gun heating up, so it'll be ready to go. Okay, and then we're going to overlap just a little bit here and get the edge nice and straight at the top. And you can use any color you want. I think when you're making these little stands, I think, you know, to make your bracelets look nice, you know, as a pretty display, especially if you do craft fairs and you're displaying your bracelets for a craft fair. I think if you use the gold, the black, or the silver tapes, I think they tend to display your bracelets the best. But you can use whatever you want. I mean, if you wanted to use a flower pattern tape or a scrapbook paper tape, it's just whatever, you know, you like as far as your display goes. I just think, you know, as far as drawing the eye, more focused on the bracelets than the actual stand that you're using. That the solid colors work the best. And let's see if it will only take 3 tapes. I might have to cut a 4th tape. Let's see if I overlapped it enough. This is always kind of trial and error when you're doing it, because it depends on the size of your roll, if you'll be able to get it covered with just the 3 strips with a little bit of overlap, or if you overlapped not enough, which is what I didn't do, you'll need to cut another little strip. We'll get this on, and then I'll get that another little piece. So depending on how much your little overlap is, if I hadn't overlapped so much here, if you can see this, I actually overlapped too much. I should have only overlapped 1/4 of an inch, and 3 pieces would have been enough. But that's okay. Alright, I'm going to cut one more little piece of my tape. And I'm not going to waste a whole roll, so I'm just going to cut my tape in about 3/8 of an inch. I'll have an overhang on each side, and that's okay. Alright, so we'll put this last little piece on here. And then if you want to make sure that you're not having problems with these edges right here, what I sometimes do is take another piece of tape, and since I have this leftover tape from when I had to recut a piece, let me get my ruler here so I can straighten it up. Where'd my ruler go? I know I just had it here. Well, let's get the big ruler since I don't know what I did with the little. Well, that just fell behind my desk. Whoops, a daisy. Everything is falling over. There we go. That's what I get for not being quite prepared here. That one's too big, can't use it. Let's just try to freehand this a little bit. See what I can do. Can't believe I lost my ruler. Don't know what I did with it. Very strange. Okay. All right, fix this. Sorry about that. Okay, so I'm going to take a little extra piece of tape and I'm just going to wrap it around this edge up here close to the top. That way when you want to smooth it around, you're not going to pull the tape up. If you've ever worked with duct tape, you'll kind of know what I mean here. This will just finish off those edges that are running up and down. And then also another thing you can do is if you wanted to clear tape, a lot of us will use clear tape on the duct tape to avoid the sticky. You can also do that. I'm not going to do it right now. I'll probably do it after we're done here. But then the next thing you want to do is you're going to put your hot glue all around the edge so that we can attach it to this right here. So let me get my hot glue gun. And I don't want to bump the camera again. Let's see if I can do this. So we're going to put quite a bit on here to make sure that it gets a really good seal. And I like to go from the center out. That's the way I prefer to do it. This will dry clear, so you can go pretty close to the edge here. If a little bit of it comes out, it's okay. It'll be clear. You can see what I'm doing here. Again, I'm getting quite a bit of this hot glue on here. And be careful when you do this that you don't burn your fingers, because that is easy to do. And then we're just want to center this over the top of here. You just kind of eyeball it. Set it down on there. And then what I usually do is make sure and push it down and hold it for about 30 seconds to make sure the glue is really pushed down tight and that it's starting to cool off, because as it cools, that's when it's going to get its best grip. So just keep holding it on there till you make sure it's glued down really well. There's a little bit of glue that I can see leaked out, but that's okay. It's not too much and it's not going to show that much. And then I usually will push from the bottom. There's a little spot in the center. I like to push up. Make sure it's nice and tight all the way around. And if you pick it up this way and push on it, you'll be able to feel when the hot glue is cooled, because you can feel the heat through the CD here. It feels quite warm. And if you don't want to continue to hold it for a long time, you could get a little bit of something with a little bit of weight. You could take a couple of your rolls of tape and sit it on top here in the center to hold it down like that till it's nice and cooled off. And then that's basically all there is to making one of these. You can, like I mentioned, use scrapbook paper if you want to use paper instead, or if you have some nice contact paper, that's like shelf paper that's got a sticky back to it, you can use that as well. You can just, you know, use your toilet paper rolls or paper towel rolls to make all kinds. And these, making them this way, where they stand up, they take up less room on your display table or your dresser. You can display a lot more bracelets, and if you have some tall ones and some small ones, I think it will look really cute as far as display wise. For your craft fairs, it gives a little bit different eye level. And then, of course, if you want to make one that's just like a pencil holder or a vase holder, or even for your hooks. I just think it's fun to recycle and make new things out of something old instead of just throwing it away. And you can use whichever decorative tapes match your room. You can make these for family members, for your friends, just for anyone. Well, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends. You can check my past videos for my giveaway video. Once I reach 2.5K followers, I will be having a giveaway, which is international, as well as, you know, it's not just US only, it's going to be international. It's going to be for all my subscribers. So in order to be entered in the giveaway, you have to be a subscriber. Thanks. Bye.